Ferrari 360 Modena Championship. Well, let's get started, shall we? In case you guys missed it, I've already uploaded the overview of this limited time series covering basically topics, the usual topics in my series overview videos like, PR requirement, upgrade tree, cost, and each tier what it's gonna take, so to speak. So I'll put the link to the video in the description box below as always. But for this one, let's see if we can put those first round of racing dollar upgrades on the car to get started. They will take 2.5 hours. So we'll check into Catalunya club circuit for this head-to-head. And of course, until we win this car, it's gonna be a loner. All right, so here we go. Engine. All right, it's gonna give us 0.7 PR boost. Drivetrain, 0.8 PR point boost. Body, just 0.5. Suspension, 0.7. Moving on to next category, exhaust, 0.8 PR point boost. Brakes, 0.7 again, even though it is the cheapest upgrade here. And another 0.7 PR boost for tires and wheels upgrade. So that'll take 2.5 hours. So while we're waiting, we'll try to get going on these events. So here we go. Catalunya Club, very short circuit. And it's going to be a single lap head-to-head to, nicely ease into the series here. And check out the interior a little bit. There we go. And compared to, let's say, other Ferraris, how does this handle? Not too bad. Okay, you can make it, tail spin, but it's able to get it back under control. So all right, and we'll wait for our opponent here so we can finish a little bit closer. All right, some 55 seconds or so. Took out maybe 1.5 service bar for a lap there. And that is trophy number 1 out of 45 that we need. Let's carry on here. Speed snap at Daytona road course. So here we go. 252 is the target. All right. And where does this one take place? I think this one's out on the Speedway section where we actually... I cannot imagine anywhere else you're gonna hit that kind of speed with this car. Anyway, 250s, We don't have long enough straights in the interior part of the road course. So yeah, it's gonna have to be on this outer rim. And where is it? It's gotta be, yep, there it is. So before the chicane. And then 252. Oh, I think I fell under 249. Yeah, I saw that one. Well, at least it's a pretty quick event. So I will give it another go. It's fine. Don't want to win by too large of a margin here. And now the target is 251.3. That is a little bit lower, right? The last one was 252, I think. 252.1. So, and for those wondering why my bots in later stages often are slower, this is how you train your bots. Basically lose or win by very small margin. So in the next race, the bots basically adjust their speed because they know I am essentially a terrible driver. So there we go, keeping it nice and close, 252.02 kph. And look at this grid. At the bottom, it drops down pretty dramatically, 224. So if you really wanted easier bots, yeah, you can bring it way down. But, you know, early stages, I feel like we can, you know, keep things moving a bit. Alright, so gold trophy number 2. And the number 3 is going to be the Cup at Melbourne. Tier 1, of course, there's no PR requirement. So we got a double lapper. We'll get to test out the grip of this car. See how well it fares. Looks like, is that a grid up? That looks like 16 car grid. Not quite the full 22 here. Basically 8 on each side. That's what it looked like. And is it gonna be? Guess we'll see. Yep, 16. There we go. Okay, could I squeak by here? There we go. Don't push me off. Oh, traffic jam. Always around this first major bend. Alright. We got 2 laps, so not exactly in a terribly tight schedule to get up to the lead. I'll just steadily climb without causing any major accidents or anything like that. Try to keep it clean. Minimal contact if I can help it. Alright, I don't think my car would have. You can kind of assess which direction these bots are gonna start to swing on the track, because obviously they gotta get ready for the corners too. So they swing out wide and cut across, so they can of course carry most amount of speed. So that means we gotta time it properly in order to overtake without causing any major accidents. So that means you might have to brake a little bit later or sometimes earlier, depending on the situation. And of course that requires a bit of patience on your part. But these first tier races, I mean, you know, we are allowed to do that. in tougher situations, you don't have the luxury of keeping the car, completely clean, like not making any contact or avoiding any major crashes, things like that. Sometimes you have to force the issue, you know what I mean? But tier 1 of any limited time series or any series in general, not necessary to cause any major accident on the track. Alright, once again, keeping that margin of victory nice and tight. And just a little bit of collision. Apparently $47 racing dollar worth amount of collision. Alright, some 1100 fame points for the effort, and yeah, at least first, second, third place margin of the time margin is less than a second, so that is, that is good. And we're about slightly over halfway down the service bars. And since we're gonna have to wait on those upgrades before we can make our way past the tier 2, let's see if we can do a couple of extra races in tier 2 while we're just waiting. So we'll just like last limited time series, this one I'll kind of do the same here, make my way through Hunter and Speed Record while we're just waiting. Of course, for Hunter, Silverstone Grand Prix, so it's a whole lap. See what kind of target distance we got. 395 meters behind Sylvia. And any negative number in Hunter is really super easy. So this shouldn't be an exception to the rule. I expect pretty easy goal. My challenge is going to be how close can I keep it to the target distance that they provided us. So we're starting at about 4th place with a bit of gap between 4th place and, oh no, okay, little slippery. I was thinking it was grippier, but I stand corrected. All right. 484 for 3rd place. I'll have to brake a little bit earlier, heading into Brooklands. Yeah, I guess grip is at the moment under 1G, so Silverstone, we're really kind of testing the grip on this car as we are pushing with a lot higher speed, of course. So there's the 1st place marker, 395. And heading into Hangar Straight. Of course, that's when our Prix car has taken off, so all right. Close the gap quite a bit, but we don't need it that close. We got a couple of 100 meters that we can spare. It's almost 400-meter gap, so of course I'm gonna slow down a bit more. There we go. Within 100-meter gap. All right. So that is gonna take another service, 3 service bars or so. And that is trophy number 4. Let's see how we fare in the next event, speed record at the New York circuit. My current top speed running stock is 296 kph. Let's see how close the target speed is going to be. 193.4. Of course, this beginning section of the track is going to be the fastest section of the circuit here, coming out of that parabolica. Left-hander. Right. Hairpin number 1. Heading into our first chicane. Go. Now we're heading towards the finish line of this circuit. Alright, so this would be like where a time trial would begin. So official, I guess, hairpin number 1, followed by a hard right-hander. The chicane that leads us into the parabolica, where we gotta set this speed record. There we go. All right. Just gotta make sure you don't slide out to the right side too far and end up hitting the wall. Obviously, scratching along the wall will significantly slow you down. So depending on the angle that you take, sometimes you might end up skidding, and when that happens, it's better to actually let up on the gas and recover the grip rather than trying to correct steering while you're accelerating for obvious reasons, because that's not going to happen. So generally it is oversteering that's going to be the issue, I think, but I didn't have to deal with that there. So all right. So close to getting into red. So if those what do you call them? The upgrades, were done, it would line up perfectly, because I'd be able to just jump in here. The PR 31.3 is required, and obviously stock, our PR is 28.5, so we're shut down hard. Can't get through. So for now, I will have to wait a little bit for those upgrades to be done. So stay tuned for the next tier or conclusion of tier 2, I guess, in the next video. So, alright, take care and we'll see you in a bit.